Whenever I see coconut, I think of warm, tropical islands, a place that I just got back from actually. So today, as summer approaches, we are looking at 5 coconut dishes from 5 countries to get us ready for the months ahead. And don't forget, all the recipes are on my website, beryl.nyc, so if you're inspired to make them, you can find them all there. Oh wait, speaking of coconut, I actually recently got back from a vacation. Here's me sipping a coconut beverage by the pool. I was just in Anguilla for 5 days exploring the island, eating tons of amazing food, hanging out on the beach. And one thing that really helped me there was my Saili eSIM, the sponsor of today's episode. It's pretty hard to find Wi-Fi everywhere you go when you're traveling abroad. Restaurants don't always have it, airports don't always have it for free, and getting a new SIM card is something that I am not into. It is way too much work. My carrier requires me to pay an international data fee and it gets really expensive. And Saili eSIM is a way better way to get data abroad. The app is really simple to use. You download it into your phone, choose the country that you're in and how much data you want. And immediately, right when you land, you can start using your phone with my discount code BERYL, which will give you 15% off. This is especially helpful when it comes to using maps, which eat up my data so quickly because I'm always lost. When I was in Cuba, we had almost no access to Wi-Fi, so I had to download all my maps ahead of time, which made it harder for me to get around. And here I am in Anguilla using my 5 gigabytes of data, not worrying about uploading photos, using maps, and chatting on WhatsApp with my family.
I'm just lounging today.
There are over 200 countries to choose from, so chances are your trip will be covered. And all Saili eSIMs are compatible with iOS and Android devices. So use the link in my description box, or better yet, scan the code on screen, use my code BERYL for 15% off on your next trip abroad.
Hi Beryl, hi everyone. My name is Ana and I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. The dish I want to talk to you about is bolo de coco gelado, or cold coconut cake. And it's also popularly known as bolo toalha felpuda, or fluffy towel cake. This coconut cake is very moist and sweet.
Should I try the bowl trick? Leia says maybe. I'm gonna try it.
Yes! Nice. I always get so nervous.
The syrup that is made with condensed milk and coconut milk soaks into the cake and makes it perfect. Shredded coconut on top makes it look like a fluffy towel. I like how nostalgic it feels. It was very common in the 90s and now it's making a comeback. So it's easy to find on restaurants and cafes.
Just fold it in. Just fold it in. What do you mean fold it in? Just fold it in, David.
This cake is very common in Brazil because its ingredients are easy to find throughout the country and is also really easy to make. As this cake uses the milk from the coconut and also the shredded coconut on top, it's all about coconut flavor. It's very coconutty, it's very moist, it's delicious.
So I was supposed to get Brazilian coconut milk, and there's a little Brazilian grocery store in Midtown that we were able to find it at. It just is a little bit more watery, right? So I wonder if you could just dilute normal coconut milk to do this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure of a lot of things when I'm doing this show, and especially when it comes to baking. I love that this is a tres leches coconut cake. I've never had that before, but I do love tres leches cake. I really want to taste it, so I'm gonna. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Oh.
This dish reminds me of my childhood, of the birthday parties that took place at my school. Because in Brazil, it's common to have like a small celebration of a classmate's birthday. And we eat this cake all the time. It was very good. I was so happy back then.
It is day 2 of the cake. It sat overnight and it's looking very nice. We're gonna cut into it.
I think that everybody should try it because it's easy to make. The ingredients are kind of easy to find. It's unique. It's a very different cake. Hope you enjoy it. Bon appétit.
A tres leches coconut cake? Yes, please. That was corny, but honestly, yes, please. That is soft and delicious. Ooh. We're just gonna go right in for bite number 2. Make this cake. Make this cake 100%. I don't think that you need to use the Brazilian coconut milk. You could take coconut milk and water it down a little because it is thinner than coconut milk that I've seen here. But honestly, make this cake. It is fantastic. The coconut flavor really comes through and it is beautiful and tender. It's soft. There's no question that this is a coconut tres leches cake. And if you like normal tres leches cake, you will love this coconut tres leches cake. The waiting time for this cake is 2 hours to overnight. I obviously let it sit overnight and I do feel like that was the right thing to do. I also do think I could have probably poured a little more liquid into this. I was nervous because I've never made a tres leches cake before, so I couldn't tell how much was the right amount. It's definitely moist in the middle, there's no doubt about that, but I think I could have gone with a little bit more and not been so light-handed about it. This cake is outstanding. Definitely would be a crowd pleaser, definitely feels way fancier than it is. Making the batter was not that difficult. It had a lot of steps to it for sure, between beating the eggs, putting in the egg yolks, adding the sugar. There was a lot going on, but I also think that's kind of typical for how you make a cake. So fluffy.
Yeah.
I also think that I'm getting better at baking. I'm always intimidated whenever you guys send me a cake or a bread recipe. Baking scares me. But I've had a lot of successes recently, so I think at this point, I'm definitely okay with baking. So maybe we should do some sort of baking episode to really test out what I'm saying about myself, like a cake episode, or I don't know what else would really be baking. I'm not gonna do bread, that's way too scary. Let me know in the comments what you think a good idea would be to test me out in my baking skills these days. I love the coconut on top. Crunchy with the soft cake. It's amazing. Did I say that I like this cake? I like this cake. I love this cake. You have to try some.
I'm so excited to try it.
Hi, Beryl and everyone. Alex here again, currently living in Canada. The coconut dish I want to talk about today is called Yēzǐ. It's literally translated as coconut chicken, and it's usually serving as a hot pot when you go to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant for this hot pot dish, you will find a giant pot boiling with some clear broth with chopped chicken pieces and the fresh coconut strips or pieces in the broth. And you will also find other complement items like water chestnut, sweet corn, Chinese red date, and goji berry.
I think this is the right size pot. I've definitely had pot issues in the past. We just made it right before the max line. Whew, that was a close call. I need to add a lot more to this, and there's definitely not gonna be room. So I need to transfer this to we're gonna need a bigger pot. But I feel confident that this one is gonna work. Confidence. That's how you cook, with confidence.
What's unique about this dish that it's instead of using the creamy coconut milk, it was actually made from the fresh, clear coconut water that took out from the coconut.
I have never thought about a soup base being coconut water, and I think that is very cool, especially for a coconut episode because this dish has coconut water and coconut chunks in it, so it's very coconutty.
On the side, you will find a dipping sauce, which is made from soy sauce, hot chili, ginger, garlic, cilantro, and some citrusy juice.
I want to just quickly throw my love out there for water chestnuts and for baby corn, but we're using water chestnuts. I love the crunch so much. Just the crunch is the best.
When it comes to the taste, I would say freshness is the main point of this dish because the chicken and the coconut water are generally very fresh, and you will taste the mild savory from the chicken and the natural sweetness from the coconut water.
Skimming, skimming in the swimming pool. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm. When days are hot, when days are cold, in the swimming pool.
I didn't know that part.
I think this is a great dish for someone who want to try Chinese style hot pot but who are afraid of the greasiness of the spiciness of the shrimp hot pot. Because this is a very mild. The ingredients are pretty simple, so this is a great choice for those people. An extra tip for this dish, if you're looking for an authentic experiences, I would suggest you order a clay pot rice takeout from the local Cantonese restaurant. Because despite using the Hainanese chicken and Hainan coconut, it is actually a Cantonese dish. So hope everyone can enjoy the dish and have a good time with it.
Okay, this one I had to eat here because it's going to be, I think, a little bit more complicated to eat in my normal setup. Welcome to the second setup in my house. I know this is not the most traditional way to eat hot pot because I'm not dipping everything in, but I think it was the easiest way for me to make it, and everything's gonna be nice and warm in here. Oh, I want some sauce and some rice. Ooh, the coconut water is really interesting. It's adding a level of sweetness to the soup. Not too much sweetness, but coconut water is a little bit sweet. I'm gonna get a piece of coconut now. I never eat coconut flesh like this. It doesn't have as much oh. Yes, it does have flavor, just kidding. I was like, oh, I don't really taste it. And then I got this one crunch and it was there. I've only had enoki mushrooms once in my life, and that was in a Korean army stew. So I'm kind of excited to try them again. They're soft and they've got like a little bit of texture to them. I would say they're definitely mostly just soft. I like them. I like other mushrooms better though, I think. Some chicken. The chicken is good. It is soft and tender. The thing I like most about chicken thighs is you really can't overcook them. I was a little intimidated to cook this dish because there were a lot of elements, but you didn't really have to do much prep. Everything just went into the pot, so it was ultimately much easier than I thought. Did that rhyme? Pot, thought? It did. Ooh, a water chestnut. I feel like this is a little bit of an exploration of food. There's so much fun stuff in here. Without the sauce, this soup might be a little bit too sweet for my liking, but with the sauce, it creates such a depth of flavor and balances everything out. I think this is definitely the type of dish that you could customize with whatever you wanted to put inside of it, but it's very cool to cook chicken in coconut water, and that is the part that I highly, highly recommend.
Hi Beryl, my name is Awanti. I'm from India living in Pune city. Today I want to talk about Solkadhi. Literally we can translate as coconut milk and Indian butter tree fruit drink. Solkadhi is light pink colored drink made up of coconut milk, tanginess of kokum extract and hint of garlic.
So when we soaked this, the color was supposed to become a very deep and vibrant red, but it has not, and I even let it soak overnight to try to get us there. It did not work. So I'm gonna try to boil this to pull out more of that extract color. I have no idea why this didn't like soak the right way. We're just gonna try something else.
Solkadhi is very refreshing and cooling for our body.
All right, that better work.
So that's why we generally make this in summer. Solkadhi is also very appetizing and digestive. So that's why we mainly consume it with heavy meal.
So the goal right now is to make coconut milk. And I'm not sure why we shouldn't just use coconut milk, but we're gonna do this the authentic way in the recipe that I was sent. And I've never made coconut milk before because I've always just bought it.
When I was living in the United States and I was missing my family, my mother, that time I used to cook solkadhi with some rice. Also, fish, solkadhi and rice are match made in heaven.
Okay, it looks like coconut milk. This is cool. Now I'm just gonna strain it. Cool. This is like the time I made mustard. And I was like, oh my God, I made mustard using mustard seeds. I made coconut milk using coconut.
Similarly, my son also now have same craving for the solkadhi. This one is the commonly favorite dish for my entire family.
Okay, boiling it definitely worked better. So now we have not like a super bright red color, but a red color. So I do think we'll be able to get the pink color when we add the coconut milk. It smells pretty nice. It's got like a sour scent to it. It's cool. I've never smelled anything like this before.
Solkadhi is made up of coconut milk, which is the main base ingredient of this drink. So you can taste light sweetness and creamy texture of coconut milk.
It's the same color. It's the same color as my bowl. So I'm gonna say this is pink. And I'm gonna say it was a success. I think this is sort of meant to be like a salty lassi. So I added a little extra salt, but I also have no idea what I'm really going for here. We're just gonna have to hope for the best. This one's been tricky. Tricky.
I think everyone should try this unique, refreshing and body cooling drink once. Solkadhi is also vegan, so everyone can try it and get refreshed. Thank you.
I haven't had too many pink drinks or pink foods in my life. For my spaghetti episode, I did have a beetroot pasta, which was very pink, but yeah. The garlic and the chili are really strong. I'm not getting too much coconut. I feel like I'm mostly getting garlic and chili. It's refreshing in a slightly confusing sort of way to me. It's really cold, which I like. I don't know. Do I like this? I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but I will say that it's very, very different than anything I have ever drunk in my entire life. So the kokum that we use is the sun-dried rind of the kokum fruit, which I have never had before, but it does have a slightly sour taste to it. We struggled in getting the right color when we just soaked it. Why isn't it working? Please work. We'll just put a bunch in. But I also saw some videos where people boiled it, so when we did that, we got a much better color. I saw some videos where the color was much, much darker, but we got this dusty rose, which I think is okay. It's definitely pink. It's not a bright pink, but it's a pink. I've had a lot of drinks in India that are savory, and I think it's something that's not too common, at least here in the US, to have a savory drink like this. I think that's why to me it's so different, and I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around it because it's just out there for me. There's a lot of coconut milk in this. I'm just not getting too much of the flavor. Maybe if I used coconut milk instead of making my own coconut milk, it would be more coconutty, but it was still cool to make my own coconut milk. One last sip for the road. It's curious. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's curious.
My name is James Longstaff, and I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the United States. My mother immigrated to Utah from Tongan, which is a Polynesian country in the Pacific Ocean. The coconut dish I'd like to share with you today is called Lu Pulu.
So before we truly begin, the last time that I tried to open canned corned beef was in my canned corned beef episode, and I struggled.
This was my first time and I really struggled, like a lot.
I did it.
And then I struggled some more.
What? Why is this so hard? I don't... Luckily, about 1,000 people in my comments told me I was doing it wrong and told me how to do it right. But that was 3 years ago. So I had to check the comments again. I need to flip this out 180 degrees so that the key is gonna stick out. I think I get this. It's gonna go above the can this time. Shoot. Oh no.
Is it like that? Like slot it back in there?
Wait.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so then it's sticking. Okay, yeah, it's sticking out more. It takes two to tango. Once again, I couldn't figure it out. Okay, I have it this time. Okay, here we go. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Please. Come on, baby. Yes. We did it. The last part. Oh man. Oh God. I guess I do have to unfurl it to get, well, maybe I can just leave it in and open it. Oh no. Oh my God. It's canned corned beef. I obviously don't use it that much. I think I'm just gonna open it from here. Oh.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, it's totally fine.
That was like totally fine. Okay. Plate.
In Tongan, Lu refers to the taro leaf and Pulu translates to beef. So in other words, Lu Pulu is taro leaf beef. Although using taro leaves is preferred, spinach is a fine substitute. In Tonga, my mom also wrapped it in banana leaves. My mother's school tuition was paid for by her grandparents, who produced coconut products for shipment. The part of the coconut that Lu Pulu uses is the milk.
So little. The whole box to my tiny palm. Well, 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 look how much of the spinach cooked down. If you want to see more things to do with spinach, check out my spinach episode. That's cheesy, but that's okay. Let's leave it in.
It's hard for me to describe the flavor except for maybe a coconut beef dolma. It has a slight smokiness to it as well, in my opinion. It connects me with almost hundreds of years of Tongan tradition.
I didn't shake it. Shoot. I almost forgot, and I've said this before, you have to shake coconut milk before you open it. Otherwise, it'll be separated. Oh, because I opened it a little bit, it's leaking on me. Cool, 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 cool.
You will find Lu Pulu at most traditional Tongan weddings or funerals.
In the past, I once did a mayo taste test. Okay, in Poland. That's my final guess. I didn't get a lot of them right. QP was not in the taste test, but it was actually a really fun thing to do. Wait, but what was my favorite? Helmets was my favorite.
Helmets wins!
In Tongan culture, there's a strong value in sharing work, resources, and food. Lu Pulu is a dish that's often cooked in large amounts with your cousins, your aunts and uncles, your siblings, in preparation for the wedding or the funeral.
You know that you are a white girl international food creator when you always have banana leaves in stock in your freezer. Yep. So I learned how to stuff these in my 24 hours of Filipino food when I made a sticky rice. And pretty much what you're gonna do is take this, fold it in on itself so that you end up with a triangle, and then you're gonna fold it over like that to stuff it.
Lu Pulu is a dish that probably existed in some form pre-European contact in a traditional Tongan underground oven or an umu. This dish is personal to me because it reminds me of the Tongan value of working together for mutual benefit. I think you should try Lu Pulu not only for its delicious taste, but it's an example of a mostly indigenous Polynesian dish that is still eaten today.
This is our first Tongan recipe on the channel. Yay! And I'm very interested to taste this because I do really like corned beef. That tastes ooh, that's really nice. That tastes tropical. The coconut milk is coming through and balancing out the saltiness of the corned beef. I'm gonna try it with some sweet potato now. Wait, I'm really digging this. The starchiness of the potato is balancing everything out in this beautiful way because the texture of the corned beef is soft and then the texture of the potato has a little bit of bite to it. I can't say that I'm surprised by how much I like this dish because I like all the ingredients, but I'm surprised about how this dish tastes. Any opportunity that I have to use my banana leaves that live in my freezer, I am very excited, and I feel like I'm good at folding them now. We're just gonna take another bite. I think that a lot of Americans have never had canned corned beef. I think that it falls into the same category as Spam, that canned meats are a little bit scary to people, but honestly, canned meats are delicious. And I think that we should do another spam episode, which would be super fun. So email me if you're interested in being a part of that. And don't forget that all of my callouts are on my post tab, which is on my YouTube page. It's just right here. I think that a lot of people probably won't have banana leaves in their house, and James said that you could just substitute it with aluminum foil. I'm just gonna have one more bite here. This is definitely gonna be my lunch. Leia is also gonna have some, Rajat's gonna have some, and all of my neighbors in my apartment are going to have some. Tonga, represent. Represent.
Talofa lava o lo'o ingoa Maya Grace. Hi Beryl, my name is Maya Grace and I am from South Auckland, Aotearoa, New Zealand. I am a first generation New Zealand born Samoan and my family immigrated here in 1982. The dish I bring to you today comes from the islands of Samoa and it's called Suafa'i, the direct translation being banana soup. Sua meaning soup and fa'i meaning banana.
These bananas are especially brown because I put them in the refrigerator and I didn't want them to get too brown on the inside. And I think that these look pretty perfect for a really ripe banana and they feel squishy. Another question I have is some people peel the banana from the top, but monkeys peel the banana from the bottom. So do you peel the bananas from the top or the bottom? This is a very serious poll that we're gonna do in the comments.
Solfa'i is exactly what it sounds like. It is a sweet stew or pudding using really ripe yellow bananas, sago or tapioca, cooked in coconut cream, which is the coconut element of today's dish. I think most Samoans would definitely be familiar with Suafa'i. It is an oldie but a goodie and it's a really nostalgic dish.
Yum. This smells like banana bread already, and if you like banana bread, you should try our 4-ingredient banana bread. I will leave a link to it in the description. Ding.
You'll find every family has someone that makes it, and the recipe will vary across households, but each remain near and dear to the family it comes from. While Samoan food isn't necessarily known for being particularly groundbreaking or innovative, I think some adjectives that resonate better with the cuisine are comforting, soul-warming, and satisfying. Solfa'i definitely ticks all these boxes. Samoan food has a charming, quiet greatness, much like the coconut cream used in the dish. Coconut is a delicate flavor that uplifts the dish from the background, while the banana has its spotlight moment. But coconut cream is the foundation of Solfa'i, and any Samoan will tell you that it shouldn't be substituted when making Solfa'i and other cultural foods. This is still true outside of food though. Beyond its delicate richness, the coconut itself is central to the cuisine, architecture, and Samoan way of life. In the song Where You Are from Moana, they sing about the endless ways coconuts are utilized in all aspects of island life, from the husk to the shell, the meat and the water. Every part of the coconut is celebrated and integral to our culture, even though it tends to take a backseat in terms of flavor. Solfa'i is very communal to me. I get to learn about those in my family who came before me, and I learn about my culture as a whole. I highly recommend Solfa'i if you're looking for a food that will envelop you with a soul-restoring hug. Whawhitai te le lava. Thank you.
I don't think we've ever had a Samoan dish on this channel, so that's pretty exciting to add one to the roster. That is coconutty. It's like a coconut banana bread flavor. It's sweet, but not too sweet. The banana really comes through and the coconut cream is also really coming through. Putting a little bit of coconut flakes on top also gives it just a little bit of crunch, which is nice with the smooth texture of this banana pudding. I like that this is a breakfast or a snack. I can see how this could be a breakfast because it kind of has the consistency of oatmeal. I'm gonna have it with a piece of banana. The more I'm eating this, the more I'm really liking this. The first bite I was like shocked because it's something I've never had before, and now that I've had it a couple times, I just love the coconut with the banana. It's a combination that makes sense, but I don't think I've ever really done it before at home. I like browning my bananas in the refrigerator because they don't get too soft and squishy on the inside with all those big brown spots, but they do get very tender and soft. It definitely might take more time in the refrigerator, but I think you get a more even banana. Also, I saw that you can ripen a banana in the oven, which I think is like really interesting. So if you want to make this dish, but you don't want to wait to ripen a banana, you can do it in the oven. I'll link in the description to the video that I saw doing that. This has a really nice tropical feel to it, but I love how it was easy and used ingredients that are really common around here especially. I got everything at Trader Joe's, which is a grocery store here in America if you've never heard of it. Thanks again to Sailey for sponsoring today's episode. Use my code BERYL to get 15% off your next trip abroad, or better yet, scan the QR code on screen. Don't forget that in the description are all of the recipes to every dish that you saw today. They're on my website, beryl.nyc. I hope you learned a little bit more about coconut. Until next week, I'm leaving you with a mango and a strawberry episode.